Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Christoff. I'm the lead maintainer on Porter, and I'm here to teach you about what Porter is today. So, Porter is a cloud-native, tool-agnostic, open CNCF tool that is supported from maintainers from a diverse set of companies. So we have people not only from Microsoft, but from different companies from across the world in the EU and the US. Porter is a sandbox project in the CNCF that was made by developers that experienced the pain of what it's like to try to run a bunch of DevOps tools at scale in large companies. Porter takes all of these disparate tools that developers kind of acquire over the time of existing at a large company and try to glue them together, and Porter helps them enable best practices, no matter the technology, wrapping them into an immutable container image that allows you to deploy your application, run your pipeline, or set up your system in the way that it is intended. So we built upon a system called Cloud Native Application Bundles, CNAB for short, which is an open source specification that enables the OCI specification. So you can check out the CNAB specification as well, and that is under its own foundation. This is an example of a Porter bundle, which you'll notice is in YAML like everything else in our ecosystem. So you can use Porter to pull credentials from either your local machine, environment variables, Vault, or Azure Key Vault. You can also have it read from a local file or a file on your host machine. Porter has this concept of mixins, which are basically extensions of Porter, which explains to it how it will work with different DevOps tools. And you can create your own mixin in 5 minutes, which is an asterisk. I don't know your DevOps tool. But basically what a mixin does is it pulls your own container image and it lets you specify how you should run it. So right now we have a bunch of different mixins, whether it's Terraform, whether it's Helm, Kubernetes, OpenTofu, all those things. They're incredibly easy to build for yourself, and I'd recommend you try some. We also have a spin mixin if you're into Fermion. In the bundle, you define different actions, such as install, uninstall, upgrade. You can create your own custom actions as well. So if you wanted, such as like a plan action or a teardown action, you can define that yourself and run it. Now, on the user end, you define this in the YAML, and the user runs the bundle, and they only run like Porter install with their own environment variables and those type of things, or they run Porter uninstall. So they don't have to see all the cruft of the YAML, they only experience what you have defined as their reality. We also have the Kubernetes operator, which allows you to install Porter into your Kubernetes cluster the cloud native way. I use quotes because everyone does it their own way. The operator runs inside your cluster and allows you to deploy Porter the cloud native way. Porter has a state store in MongoDB, which can be inside or outside of the cluster, whatever you want. And basically, it allows you to manage installations, Porter installations, within your Kubernetes cluster. So it kind of acts as like a stateful store and can reconcile that state inside your cluster. When basically a new version of your bundle is published, what I showed before, it'll go ahead and update that bundle for you and make sure you're up on the most up-to-date version. This helps you basically leverage pipelines, like say you want to use Flux or Argo CD, and we do have an Argo CD demo. You can leverage that in your cluster to push bundles into your cluster and then make sure that state is up to the version that you want. So that's a lot. Porter is kind of a malgless tool. I'm not good at English, even though it's my only language. Anyways, the best way I've figured out how to describe Porter is with its use cases. So in Microsoft, Porter is used in a couple different ways. One key one is in marketplaces. Porter is great with using passes or platforms as a service because of how bundles are made. You can set a defined state that you want, and then have people pass in their own variables, such as this is my cloud provider config, or this is my key vault, this is how I want you to deploy into my space, and we'll just create that state to be a reality. At F5, Porter is being used to lower their cloud bill by ensuring that their testing resources are always torn down after a test is ran. This is allowing them to save a bunch of costs and keep SRE and cloud infrastructure teams alive and well. Cool. If you have any questions about Porter, we'll be there. We're looking for maintainers. We're looking for community members. We're looking for people just to hang out. So if you like cloud infrastructure and you like cats, please come check us out. I will be there then. Thanks so much.